And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. She's a writer and producer and ghillie suit-wearing seducer. It's Wendy Molyneux. And he's a comedian, writer, and former rancher who used to lie under the wide-open Nevada skies and dream of one day moving to Los Angeles to pursue his dream of staying inside for 3 years to avoid a deadly pandemic. It's David Huntsberger. Dark Tone Zone is here to marry his pillows. He loves them so much. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the love bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison Rosen, Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little candlestick salads. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. By Megan P. I don't know if you're familiar with the candlestick salad. She said when she submitted it on Patreon, Google it. And I did Google it, and what a feast for the eyes and the senses. This is a salad, and I say that loosely, that was popular apparently between like 1920 and 1960. It is a bed of lettuce, it's some pineapple rings, and then it is a banana shoved vertically into the pineapple rings with just a cum-like mound of whipped cream on
Gross.
the tip. It's so disgusting. And a maraschino cherry, perhaps cottage cheese can be used. I don't know where. It is like the headline in the cookbooks have headlines is like the retro salad that'll make you blush. It is supposed to look like a candlestick, but it is the most phallic looking novelty salad and again, it's not really a salad. I've
Pass it. Get the fuck out of here.
ever seen. And if you know amusing novelty salads or just straightforward non-novelty carbohydrates, you can submit them if you become a member of my Patreon, where we do all sorts of fun stuff, behind the scenes content. Just today I put up a video of my kids talking about the extra special breakfast that Daniel got them yesterday, and then there's episodes of the Friend Zone with all sorts of hot gossip and other stuff. You can see a video of the Thursday show that we're recording right now, and a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. Subscribe for a year and you get 2 months free, or just do it month by month. It's really up to you. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen. I'm very excited to welcome.
That's a good.
What just happened?
Little soundboard mishap there. No big deal. We can move right along. Keep it moving.
I'm not going to. I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to listen to it till like you get it right, Tony Thaxton.
That's a good deal. Perfect. Is that what you want?
Is it just not playing?
No, it was user error the first time, but
Well, can you make it?
Yeah, it's the soundboard. It's not me.
Just can you make it go the full way? Because it's
That's a
now you're just doing it to drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Very excited. No, look, I'm so easily frazzled. Very excited to welcome my guest to the show, Wendy Molyneux. Welcome back. Hi.
Hello.
So good to see you.
You too.
David Huntsberger, welcome back as well. So good to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
A dynamic fan favorite duo. Cannot wait to catch up with both of you and to let Wendy know that a little something's been happening between Dave and me that is going to make her crazy. And I know that sounded sexual, like the sexual things that go on between you and my husband.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
I mean, sexual stuff goes on between adults, Allison. You have to learn to deal with it. You have to learn your friends can do sexual lawn maneuvers with your husband, and you, if you're modern, shouldn't say anything about it. Just deal with it and get involved with David Huntsberger.
I can't get with the times. I'm just an innocent. I'm an innocent at heart. I'd also like to say hello, welcome to the show, my husband, who I guess is doing sexual stuff with Wendy in the lawn.
On the lawn, off and in.
based on the time I used to spend in malls and specifically in Spencer's Gifts, I used to think that all adults, all they did when the kids weren't around was sexual stuff.
Yeah.
But was it like fun sexual stuff involving dice?
I mean, look, there were games, there were edible things.
Cards?
It was all very advanced for my young brain.
Yeah.
And now that I'm advanced, I still don't understand it. 80s and 70s and 80s were a weird time.
I feel like there was I'm trying to think, and this is revealing quite too much about me, but maybe there was 6 months where my energy level and my maturity level crossed, where it was like, I'm ready for the Spencer's Gifts selection of sexual novelty action. And then I was like, now I'm too tired and I'm too old and I'm too married, I'm glad everyone agrees with me.
I mostly remember that Spencer's Gifts had the fake poop and the fake barf. Now, are those sexual items to you, in your opinion?
They can be.
They are definitely.
They're definitely. I guess you could use the poop in very easily in a sexual way because the shape and the it's
Oh, yeah, you
plastic.
can.
I mean, I like poop. I think poop works.
And then the barf, I don't know, it doesn't suggest itself as obviously from its shape, but with a little creativity goes a long way, as they say,
Yeah, exactly.
How they
The
use
back
the
of-
barf.
Is the back of the store.
What
Right.
I would do sexually is what's fun is you have a one night stand and then the person gets up to go to the bathroom or whatever. And then you put the barf on your stomach and they come back and they're like, oh no, did I barf? And I forgot. You put it on there and they're like, shit. Oh no, I must have barfed during sex. Oh yet? And they've already maybe got a towel, so they're like, let's just clean it up real quick. And then they touch it and it's plastic and you have a good laugh.
See?
Or you could just replace
That's
it
fun.
with poop. And so when they come back to get the barf,
Yeah. Oh no. When I was cleaning the barf, I pooped.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I turned away after cleaning, poop shot out onto their stomach.
I like to take the novelty barf and put it on my chest.
Oh,
and then
that's a
be
good
like,
idea.
you were so drunk last night. Do you remember this?
But also, then Allison, do they wonder,
Carl?
did my dick barf? Were they, especially if something occurred and then you've replaced it with the barf.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I have the penis barfs.
Right.
They're rips.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yeah.
get out of there and they don't even talk to you. And
Right.
the rest of their life, they replay it in their mind. One time my penis threw up.
Totally.
They
Yeah.
tell
Because,
people that.
yeah.
This is probably a good
I
time
love
to tell you
this.
guys, I'm very religious now.
Wait, hang on 1 second. Let's introduce Tony and then let's delve
shit,
into
I'm
your.
sorry, I went on a whole tangent.
No, this is Tony likes
this
it.
This is still
This
early
is
for
standard
most
protocol.
episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the show. I've decided to introduce you this time.
Thank you.
That's a good
Oh boy. This again. Did you know that David has become quite spiritual and religious and that he is taking offense to this?
Yeah, he and we hung out at church all day yesterday.
Okay. David, has your penis ever thrown up?
We do not talk about that in my religion. That is way out of bounds.
Also, this is
Way
assuming
too
I wasn't
gross.
married to these people.
Well, even still, the
It's
combination
weird,
of
all of
words
them.
is offensive to me. I say duty. I say privates. I mean, I'm inside here now, guys.
shit, poop, diarrhea, farts, butts. Yeah.
Can we talk? Okay, so let's clean it up a minute and talk about the sexual stuff between Wendy and Daniel in the lawn. Now, I don't
It's
know
very
if
clean what we do. So
I don't know
this is
if-
good.
everyone knows about this countrywide or if they probably don't. But right now in Southern California, we are experiencing a severe drought and you're only allowed to water 2 days a week. There's just very strict watering protocol. Daniel and I now we shower in the most unpleasant way, which is we have a large bucket in our shower to catch the water from going down the drain to then, what do they call it? Gray water?
gray water to water the plants.
Why is it gray though? Because that's the color when it's got got a little bit of soap in it.
Give it a name so that you know that it's different than drinking water.
Okay. So yeah, we're now catching our runoff water to water the plants. It is not. There's something I'm happy we're doing it, and by mentioning it, I am hoping to virtue signal. But it feels non-luxurious, for lack of a better word, to have a giant bucket in your shower.
A giant paint bucket in the middle of your shower.
To negotiate a giant paint bucket, which then, like when I'm washing and then I kind of kick it out of the way, and then I kick it back, and then I'm sorry. I did fill up the bucket, and then my shower did continue. We need like another bucket. And then we have an even bigger bucket to dump our bucket into. What?
It does let you know if you're taking too long a shower. Because once that bucket is full, it's kind of like...
it's kind of a big bucket.
I know. It's time to shower.
I know. But anyway, this is totally... So we have a lawn, and I have been trying in vain to keep it alive you're allowed to do hand watering it's really a Sisyphusian task. We just need to let it die. It's the spirit of the times, but I've been trying within their rules. Like you can hand water within these times. So I'm like going out in the middle of the night and hand watering our lawn, which is kind of insane. Wendy, I'm sorry if I got you wet if you were out there in your ghillie suit. But I'm just
sometimes out there in my ghillie suit.
I'm sorry. I wondered what that
because
lump
I'm
was.
not allowed to be watered just as a person. There's also restrictions on me, like very specifically. I'm not allowed to be watered. And so it was actually a really big treat for me.
Does that tie into the Colorado River? Or where's that come from? Why can't you be watered? Does it tie into the drought?
Yes. I was being watered too heavily by my family. And so I was forbidden. What I was doing was, and this is my fault, showering around the clock. I had gotten confused. You know how babies get confused like day for night?
Yes.
I got confused. Like usually you go like most of your day and then you shower for 15 minutes and then you have the rest of your day. I had gotten it backwards. So I was showering all day and then I had 15 minutes out of the shower and then back in the shower all night long. So I had mixed it up. And so the state of California got wind of this, of course, because of our high water usage. Gavin Newsom came to our house.
Oh, wow.
And he...
Did you find him attractive in person?
Executive orders. Did I find him attractive?
Yeah.
I knew it was hard because the door was very steamy. Come on. And he did enter my bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Because the governor can go in any part of your house. It's an old law.
Yes.
He can go in anywhere, whether you're showering or not. But especially if you're showering, it explicitly states he may enter any room where you are showering.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't get wind of the arrival prior? Honey, there's a limousine. I think the governor's here.
Yeah.
Well,
he drives, and his limousine has his name really big. It's an orange limousine with black writing that says Gavin Newsom on the side. And so he pulled up. So Jeff knew, but I think Jeff was just, as anyone would be, starstruck. And he waltzed right in, he carries a boombox that plays Everybody Dance Now at all times. So he comes
cool
in.
as fuck.
Surprising.
Yeah, he comes in out of the orange limo, boombox, right up the stairs. He can follow the sound of the shower, and he says, "I declare this woman may not be watered any longer." And it turned the shower off right then and there. He kind of reached his hand, and he didn't see anything.
I was going to say, did you cover your privates, David? I used your language.
Oh,
wow.
I was tits out, but he reached his hand and you know how you kind of can reach your hand and just, turn it off. So he turned it off. He didn't see anything because it was still so steamy. And then he left. I did ask him to hand me a towel.
Did it short out the boombox?
Huh? Oh, he used his other hand, not his boombox hand.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Smart.
So it was still like,
did you start dancing? I mean, was that his thing? Like when you hear it, you have to start dancing?
No, to me, it's like a song, not a commandment, you know?
When the governor's playing it, where he goes, it feels like he's saying something.
Doesn't the governor have...
I'm sorry, are you placing the governor above God, David?
Yeah, that's part of my religion.
Oh.
We respect any authority figure, especially those duly elected.
Wait, what? Tony, you were there at his church.
So what does that have to do with? I didn't say that.
You're right. It was Betsy.
I was speaking.
Betsy.
That was Betsy speaking for the listener.
Thank you. Thank you. She's our ombudsman.
Yeah.
Well, so what I was wondering is with the new drought, how that's going to affect the whatever, and I'm forgetting the romance between Wendy and...
I can't track it either.
I think Daniel is attracted to Daniel, you're attracted to the lawn, right? Oh, it's gonna affect you, Daniel, because our lawn's dying. You're attracted to the lawn. Wendy dresses in a ghillie suit.
Yes, but she's also been rolling herself in artificial turf since we don't have as much lawn shavings.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what she does is she positions herself out there and then gives me new underwear.
That's right.
I think that this all started with.
I got Jeff underwear
Allison,
for some reason.
We were pretending that Allison was buying clothes for my husband, and that as revenge, I would come over in a ghillie suit and lay on the lawn because you're attracted to the lawn, and I wanted you to get interested in me because Allison was buying clothes for my husband. This bit is untraceable.
I just want to know, does Gavin still bring the Fly Guys with him, or is the music just him now?
I think just budget cuts. It's just him.
Man, that's just tragic.
So speaking of the boombox, this brings me to something that's been on my mind, and I think it's on the mind of all the listeners of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. On the Monday episode, I had a woman named Babs Gray. She's a comedian. She's great. She's doing a limited run podcast called Babstinence, where she's giving up drinking for a year and to keep herself accountable. She's doing a podcast about it. So she came on and we talked about drinking and a lot of stuff. However, and I forget why, at the beginning, Tony and I and Babs were talking about, again, I can't remember why, but we were talking about listening to, when we were kids, listening to music on a car ride and putting a cassette in your Walkman, or as Tony says, your Walkmen. Tony makes it plural. And so then we were trying to remember, what is it really called? Now, I maintain it's Walkman. For Tony, it's Walkmen. What did you guys say?
In my head, though, I still it's not even Walkmen. It's Walkman. It's like David Letterman.
Okay.
It's spelled M-A-N, but it's Walkman. You say in my Walkman. You don't say Walkman.
Oh, wow.
We
Right.
were
Explain the difference.
Thank you.
So I agree with Tony. It is still spelled Walkman, but I would never say Walkman because I'm cool.
Oh, that's the problem. I'm not. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Let me grab my Human League cassette. I wouldn't even call it a tape. Let me grab my tape and put it in my Walkman. Oh yeah, you're right. Walkman. No, my Walkman. I would say Walkman because I'm not cool.
Maybe that's an Orange County thing.
Maybe.
David, what do you say?
I think it's a West Coast thing. I remember saying Walkman. Put in your Walkman.
That's what you
said Walkman?
I think Walkman, yeah.
I think I say Walkman too.
Weird.
Yeah, we were in Nevada where it was prohibited to say hella, so there was a limitation on coolness just to begin with, like adjacent to us. And California people might have said Walkman, and we were like, unfortunately, we're not allowed.
I'm from Southern California, where we also didn't say hella, but when I hear hella, to me that doesn't sound cool.
But that's
same. It sounds awkward.
That's very regional.
Hella is Northern California.
That's Northern
California. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
they
it's
also
not Southern.
They also have something very specific with going to the grocery store. Maybe they say going to the grocery. Is anyone here from San Francisco?
I've heard people say that, but I couldn't tell you. I don't remember where those people were from.
Maybe it's not that. There's something very... We need to get Gavin in our bathroom. Wendy, run your shower. That's how you summon him, right?
I will literally be executed.
There's something specific about the market and San Francisco. Oh, no, I don't want you to be executed. It took me a moment to really take that in.
No, it's fine. You don't care if I get put to death by the state for watering myself.
I definitely do. I most certainly do.
Yeah. It's hard to live under this kind of sort of Damocles, But
yeah. How are you?
I'm doing it.
How are you handling it? You seem, considering you seem relaxed.
Thank you. I guess I'm handling it as well as I could possibly be. The fact that I'll be killed by the governor if I take a shower. Once you accept your reality, then you can process it. I feel like I've accepted it. This happened a couple months ago, and so I do stink. But
no shower, like none at all, not even.
It cannot be watered. Yeah.
Wow, it seems so strict.
Not to
It's very strict, but I mean, we're talking about the health of the whole entire earth. Who am I? One small person who can't bathe.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you wash your hands?
I wish. No, my hands are encrusted. I'm keeping them off the Zoom because I don't want people to feel scared.
Wow.
So when someone looks over, were you just like digging in a flower bed? You just go like, Newsom, and they get it. I find his tactics odd in that, and not to be one of these people like, get out there and sweep the whole forest, Gavin Newsom. You're at fault for all these damn fires. I don't want to be on their side, but it seems like to stroll in with a boombox, turn your water off, just tell you don't have to wear a sign or anything. This is the first we're hearing about it, and we know you. So it just feels like this message wasn't conveyed very effectively by Gavin Newsom.
Well, I mean, I feel like I got the message. He also did install cameras throughout my house. All my sinks, showers, toilets, tubs. It's called executive governor camera privilege.
He didn't trust showerhead. Had to go the whole tub too.
Because I could have someone draw me a bath and then I plop myself in there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm wasting again, So he did put cameras throughout my home for 24-hour surveillance of me in particular to make sure I didn't get watered.
That is, seems like his time could have been better spent. It seems like he has other things.
Say, but
sheesh.
How's it affecting
now? I weirdly feel like we're doing like a MAGA bit, making fun of Gavin Newsom. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we crossed over and maybe we're...
Yeah. Let's back out of this.
Yeah, I mean, it is true, everything I've said.
How's it affecting your marriage?
Not at all.
Wow. That's that thing about Jeff, and this is why I bought him underwear originally, is that he's so accepting. Sorry,
Very
I had to get it in. I had to get it in.
Yeah. Very, yeah. How are you guys doing? Do you all stink?
No, we can shower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, not to rub it in, but we can shower. Our grass is nearly dead, but we're okay.
Okay.
And here's the thing, and I'm sorry strictly if my mom hears this. I'm sorry. I didn't want to go public with this issue. However, yeah. My mom, when we said we were going to do lawn grass, she really made it her personal mission to talk us out of it. Like, I think it kept her up at night. And I don't really know why. There was a lot of reasons. I mean, she years ago pulled her grass out, and they did have like a pebble gravel situation so that if you walk around the outside, it just sounds very crunchy. And she really let us know that she really felt that us having lawn was a bad idea. To the point where it was like, okay, but it's our life and it's our house and it's our yard, and we get it. You don't think we should have lawn. And now it's turning out that she was kind of right. And I know that I'm a grown-up, but I hate that.
Well,
Daniel?
My memory was that her reasons were because of how expensive it was to put in and up and keep. You have to pay someone to, deal with it, or the water and all of that, and that it's just a lot cheaper and to do, artificial or grab.
No, artificial is more expensive. I think it was all. She also mentioned like California's running out of water.
Not when you factor in water bills.
Water can suck a dick. I don't like it that much. That's how I feel.
Artificial is bad, apparently.
Yeah.
They won't give you the I don't know, they'll pay you to remove your turf or to like make your, what do they call it, drought proof your lawn, but they won't do that if you do artificial.
Yeah, if you do just like the succulents and grasses and things like that, I think. But yeah, apparently it's bad for the environment in a different way to do the turf.
We're just going to do only peyote cactus.
Nice.
Perfect.
Is that an option?
Hell
we
yeah,
can-
it's an option.
We can have like a shaman come over.
Hell yeah.
Hell
we can
yeah.
just do nonstop Netflix shows.
Yeah, I'm rethinking how we're probably going to tear up some of the lawn. And
See, we can't let my mom win.
I don't mind.
This is between us and her. It's not about anything else for me
It's fine.
personally.
Yeah.
What was her argument flashing back when you were like, you want the kids to play on pebbles?
She doesn't like the idea of them playing. She gets real upset when we'll send videos like, look at how cute they are at the park, and then we'll get a phone call. We always get a phone call
Right.
afterwards.
What are you doing? Letting them enjoy themselves.
Yeah. I thought they were just sitting in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. What are they doing? Breathing that air? No. I forget what her argument was. I don't know that we had brought it up. Wasn't it before? No, we had Elliot at that point. I honestly can't remember. I think maybe the argument was you'll take them to the park, and maybe it was a OPG, other people's grass argument.
I don't remember it very well. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm no use to you.
I know
here.
this is a hot topic. I say we move on, but to what, you guys?
Why?
We'll stop the podcast and go get some cocaine. Yeah, there I am. I was so wise when I said that.
Dave, do we dare tell Wendy the thing that's going to make her defriend me?
If this has something to do with shuffling cards, I swear to fucking God, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to log off and you're never going to see me again.
I don't know if I can risk it. I don't know if it's worth it.
Everyone comes to a fork in a road, you know? This is like this sort of morally complex thing that like Better Call Saul was about, you know? Like, do you tell your friend about some fucking card shuffling fucking thing, knowing you'll never see her again?
Dave, what do you think?
This is up to you. I mean, there's a sound drop of Daniel saying, it's Allison's show. If you want,
Do you need to? I think you
log
need
off.
to tell. Sorry to get involved in what's the last thing we'll ever do together here, but I feel like you do need to,
To explain,
you
give
need
people the
backstory,
background?
or people are going to be like, "What the hell is happening here?"
Yeah, I know.
You
Okay.
know?
Well, I know. I don't want to push you away further on, like you said, what's going to be our final conversation. But
I
I
can tell by
suppose
the looks on your fucking faces that this is going to be about cards and shuffling. Do you think that you two are any good? You don't have, for two people who only talking about cards and shuffling, your poker faces
Well, what else would
are
we be
garbage.
talking about? I mean, if you were just
fucking
garbage,
garbage.
should we tell Wendy? Okay.
Well, there was one other topic it could have been, and you guys
Really?
know what it is. The topic of Capri Shorts. But I knew that one had died a long time ago, whereas this one, because I hate it so much, seems
It's such an irrational.
and you will be, when I die, you will be on my fucking grave, like shuffling cards. Just
Oh
to,
my
like,
God.
stick it to me one last time. Now you want me to die.
no,
So
I
you-
just
you
wish
got
I
it, and that's
possessed.
awful.
The idea of shuffling on a gravestone appeals to me, not yours necessarily.
Oh, come on.
It's
I
such,
wasn't born
it's
yesterday.
such a
Allison.
tough dichotomy. 52 cards, individual, all of Wendy's greatest outfits in life. We sprung for that. We paid for fast shipping. We want to show it off at the funeral. And do we dare? And Allison wants to do a cool shuffle just to fan it on the casket, but knowing within there is a soul. If it hasn't evaporated or whatever it does to go up yet, is fuming. Don't
I'm
do it.
already like, you know that thing in movies where like the person like walks into the room and you see them open the closet door and then get the suitcase out and then they don't even take the clothes off the hanger and they're folding them
Right,
in half and
yeah.
putting them in. It's the universal like movie
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
This mentally, as you guys are saying this, I'm not listening.
You've got
My
to.
closet is open. My pantsuits still on the hangers are already in.
That being
No.
said, have you ever shoved hangers into a crumpled up
Of course not.
suit?
I'm not
no,
fucking psychotic.
same.
That's
I mean, I might be,
psychotic.
but I've never
Why
done.
would you take
I've never
the
done that.
Hangers are the most annoying object on earth.
Yes.
The idea that you would take even one with you anywhere.
Right.
Or even the clothes. If you're that mad, do you need outfits?
Right.
Bring
Yes.
to the Goodwill or something. If you're just like, these aren't my clothes, but at least I'm away from so and so.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy Warbucks. I guess you can just afford a whole new fucking wardrobe of clothes after.
That's
you
why
leave your
most people
partner.
don't pout and throw their shit in a suitcase because they're like, I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in this house with you.
Also,
Otherwise, I'd be
You're right.
living it up in
It's a lot to
Goodwill.
think about how you're gonna move out and only live on one income if you're both working. You're right.
In movies, other people also will pack, like, they'll pack for you by opening up a bag and just dumping stuff in, hangers included. I think there was a scene in that wonderful series, Pam and Tommy. Tom and Pammy.
I like
Tom
it
and
as Tom and
Pammy.
Pammy.
Tom and Pammy was her version.
Yes.
She
That's what I
got to
call them in
finally
this
tell her
movie.
story.
Yeah.
That
What was
her
it?
version.
What was it called though? Was
Pam
it
and
called?
Tom and
Tommy.
Pammy.
It was okay.
Tom and Pammy.
Anyway, let me just let everyone know in case
It was about Tom Hanks and his friend Pammy, who isn't famous.
Pammy.
Yeah.
Pammy.
Anyway, go ahead, Allison.
Is Pammy a
End
name
this
though?
friendship.
Pammy. Is that actually a name?
Literally
mean-
anything is a name if you
But I mean,
say it.
but we don't know
You
any
can name
Pammys, right?
something.
No, I'm sure they're out there.
There's
I'm
like a
sure
Tammy. There's
The
not
only
a Pammy.
Pammy I know is Tom Hanks' friend Pammy. She works at a pancake restaurant, and she's not famous, but they've been friends since high school.
Okay. Anyway, I long to do fancy shuffling. I think
Which isn't a thing.
yes, it is.
The backstory of this is that Allison thinks it's a thing to do fancy
To be able to
shuffling,
go like
independent of playing cards, which is not true. There aren't
Right.
fancy shuffling shows.
But if there were, I would like to host and star in it, where you just like take out a deck of cards and go like, but also, deal and just do cool stuff with cards. I
No.
tried to teach myself years ago, and it like ripped the skin off my fingers. And I documented it on my website. I tried to learn, and unfortunately, most of what I found online was just teaching myself how to do magic tricks. My son
That's what
is
I'm
teaching
saying. That's a thing.
himself how to do magic tricks, and you think, oh, he alone is picking this up. No, I don't tell him, but I paved this road years before him. He is just following in my footsteps, but putting his own spin on it.
It's
Anyway,
sad. It's sad that he would follow you down that terrible
This-
road.
came up, and now I can't remember specifically. It was like if you went over to someone's house and then
Here we are again. The eternal
Which-
recurrence of the shuffling bit.
which would be the weirdest? Was that the question? Which would prompt you to call someone about your friend if they did bar flare?
Worry about them.
Right. If they did bar flare, if they did fancy shuffling, or if they juggled. Was that the other one, Dave?
I think it was juggling, yeah.
Yeah. And what did everyone disagree? No, there was not Dave and I were on the same page, but I don't remember the answer. Look, I'm glossing over it because I know that we have limited time left.
Clearly
in terms of my
made Wendy
in terms of our
irrational.
lives, because
well, but I mean that's true, but
Yes,
also because now Wendy
in our friendship, we have limited time left in our friendship.
Wendy
I would say
has
5 to 10 minutes.
made it clear that if we ever bring up shuffling ever again,
Yeah.
she will stop being friends with Dave and me because
Yep.
she hates it that much. Unfortunately,
Mm.
like as in all great literature,
No.
there's a bit of a problem
Oh dear.
because I have a passion for shuffling that only grows more and more each day.
Wow.
Dave over here, the stakes are high. The stakes are high because I might lose my friendship with Wendy, but Dave has been writing audio sketches. That's his passion. He's been writing sketches. They're very funny. They're very good. Everyone here has been recording them. They're bits, star-studded. And I've done a few with him. He's going to start putting them out. And he wrote one for me Can I reveal some details about it?
Sure.
Featuring a
Because I
woman.
think it makes it gentle. I think Wendy will be like, oh, this wasn't as nails on a chalkboard as I thought. Because it doesn't make fun of it, but it also doesn't hammer it into your face if you hate fancy shuffling.
Now, this is the part in the movie where then they stand like in the kitchen and they already have all the clothes in the suitcase. And they're just like looking around, like as if to remember.
But
sometime they'll look back on this and they know they need to go. They know it's over, but they want to memorize the apartment,
One last
out
look.
the door.
sometimes they sip some lemonade and they look at each other and kind of laugh. The suitcases hit the floor and they have a hug. And
There's
sit
no
down and
each
eat.
other here. It's just me alone in an empty fucking place because it's over. No one's here. Just me. I'm taking a little look around, but by all means, continue.
I think you just heard "Rrrr," and a car pull up outside and keys jangle. And then who's coming in the door? It's Allison. And you're like, oh, and then she sees the suitcase.
I
like,
would jump out the window. I would jump out the window and crash to the ground below. I don't care what story we're on. I'm getting out of there before those fucking card shuffling fingers get in that door. I won't have it. Anyway, go on.
And then you hop into your Uber
No.
and someone turns around and says,
No.
pick a card.
See, that would be fine. That's magic. That would be fine with me.
And
magic
then they say,
is fine.
But it's a brand new deck. They have to shuffle first.
If you're leading to magic, that's fine. But you are not leading to magic. You just want to shuffle cards as entertainment.
It's true.
No one's
Anyway.
interested in that.
I am. So anyway, this character that he wrote, and boy, what an arc she has. She's a former music journalist who loves shuffling. It was the greatest role. It was the role I've been meant to play. I truly
agree.
It was like such wish fulfillment for me.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's the role you were meant to play.
Mhm. Only I could play.
Yeah,
it.
no, I agree. Only you could possibly want to do that.
Thank you for
Literally
this.
only
Thank you
on
for this
Earth.
gift, David.
You are welcome. The scripts involve a lot of we hear cards shuffle in this dialogue, and Alice was like, "I, in all caps, love this." I don't think anyone else would respond that way. Just being brought in sensorily to hearing the cards and being exposed to that world. She was really. But I knew that.
I was tickled.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm really glad that I know that I can be easily executed. That all I have
Are you going to
go
take your?
upstairs and turn the shower on and then sweet release from this whole thing, from this whole card scenario, this shuffling?
Are you going to take your final shower just because
I
I
might.
found my wish fulfillment?
Maybe, yeah. I might, yeah. But this has been a fun farewell podcast for me. I've enjoyed it a lot. Nice to see Tony and Daniel, who I still, I will miss.
We'll miss you too.
Same.
Thank you guys. Thanks for being there for me when these two turncoats and betrayers
I could just say, I
decided to
didn't feel
do
like I
this.
was doing anything nefarious or like behind someone's back.
Well,
Even aware of like, well, who's gonna hate this?
that's what I
forgot
mean. Like
the
that's
hatred
just
that you
very.
harbor.
You didn't even think. That's what makes it hurt
That's
all the
really-
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I were just in our own card shuffling world,
Yeah.
and
It's like
why we weren't thinking about Wendy. And
Yeah, I
that's
was probably
what's so
just in my
hurtful.
backyard, like playing the violin, just having my normal day.
You're
Playing my violin, making my homemade crackers, doing all my normal stuff. And then you guys were doing this, I was just having a normal, average. I was up on the roof with my lizard, petting him,
Oh,
watching the sun go down. And you guys were betraying the shit out of me.
just
go,
you're,
girl.
You're okay. I got something to say about lizards, but Wendy.
Oh no. Oh no.
So put a pin in that. But
Nobody forget, please. Nobody forget.
Wendy, despite the fact that you're not legally allowed to bathe, you're still making your homemade crackers.
Yeah. Yes.
Who's eating them?
Mostly the lizard.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I am getting served non-stop lizard reels on Instagram. And just non-stop lizards. And specifically, and this is gross, but a lot of people like it. So lizards shed, apparently. And it's a lot of reels of people helping peel their lizards with tweezers. It is very gross. And I showed one of them to Daniel, and he looked at me with a look that said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And a lot of the comments though were like, oh, so satisfying. And then people were writing,
Were all the people commenting lizards?
Well, they were writing as if they were lizards. It'd be like, thanks, mom. Thanks, mom. Now I can hear it. Because they were pulling they call it the shed out of the lizard's ear. Like, thanks, mom. Now I can hear so much better. Yeah.
What is happening?
I'll tell you what's happening.
Okay.
Analog tweets or TikToks. It's where people tell you about a thing that they saw or liked or disliked. And then you have to hear about it. You're hearing about it in such a third party fashion.
Well, Daniel saw it with his own eyes. You should be happy that I'm not showing it to you. So anyway, it's giving me so much of this. And I keep clicking. You can do the three dots and then not interested. And then you say like, this content makes me uncomfortable. I've every way of saying I don't want to watch this. And then it gave me the sexiest iguana video I have ever seen. I don't know if anyone saw my story. I swear to God,
was it a woman on a roof violining
with her contaminated homemade
Those
crackers?
Are separate activities. I play the violin. I make crackers. I go up on the roof to end my day, and I feel like you guys know that.
Is there like a little
intentionally
ramp
provoking me?
For the lizard, or do you crawl up into like the attic and have to kind of wiggle open?
Go out a window.
Yeah. So then you're kind of, on the. Is a slope like a steep?
Yes,
slope?
there's a slope. It's quite cinematic, David. If you must know the truth, the way the sun hits us, we're on a sloped roof.
But is it
gorgeous?
Scary? Is it like at such an angle that it would be dangerous? Did you have to like nail some 2x4s for footing?
It's not dangerous. I'm very brave.
Oh, okay.
So
you've never been where you're hanging by the rain gutters or anything off?
No. It's both I and the lizard are very courageous. So wait, are you going to show us one, Allison? I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see it.
Okay.
Wait, is this the sexy one or the
Yeah,
shedding?
it's the sexy one.
Okay. You promise?
You can handle it.
Okay.
The thing that's upsetting about it is
wait, is there going to be a shedding thing?
No, there's nothing shedding. No, the only thing upsetting about this is that it's a lizard.
Look at Daniel right now. He's
the only thing honestly, there's nothing upsetting. The only thing upsetting is that it's a lizard and not like a woman doing burlesque. Because I was like, what is this? What is
Just
this?
show it.
You got to say something to make the screen bigger, Allison.
Me? Say something?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm talking. Okay. So what is it that you guys are... Oh, I got to keep talking. Okay. So here, I'll click another... No, I'll do it again. This is like... doesn't that look like a woman's leg wearing fishnets? And then like where it's baggy and loose, it's like her crotch or something. But this is a fucking iguana.
It looks exactly like an
looks
iguana.
like a lizard leg.
Like a lizard leg.
It looks like someone's giving a hand job to a lizard leg.
Wait a minute, what?
It looks like someone's giving a hand job to a lizard leg.
Wait a minute. Everyone knows that that's a lizard leg. Everyone
you know what the big tell
that
is?
Served lizard. The fact that I said it was a lizard.
No, that there's
the claw.
That there would be otherwise a giant human hand behind those legs.
Yeah, like a huge. That would be a concern. Right?
So wait, everyone felt that was very lizardy.
Yeah.
Yes, Allison. Yes, it was the leg of a lizard.
Are my legs that ugly that you're used to seeing?
I agree it was being sensually stroked by that hand in a way that concerned me.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know.
I need to talk to my therapist.
Yeah. Wait.
Should we wrap this episode up early?
I swear to God, it's like, it looks like a weird lady in fishnets. Black fishnets.
With 5-inch legs.
But like,
The rest of her body, average
The size is very confusing to
very
me.
small legs.
It was-
but she insists on fish.
I don't want to be on
size.
Instagram. Honey, just focus on your legs. I know they're a little disproportionate, but they're nice. They are nice.
Trust
It's all
me,
very
the internet
confusing.
wants this because the internet wants everything. Your tiny, weird lizard baby legs
you
in
build this
fishnets
as
are going to be a huge hit and be on a podcast. And
you build this
here
as
they are.
sexy, honey. You build this as sexy lizard legs, and now you're backtracking and saying, "Well, yeah, they look like weird, baggy person legs in fishnets."
Have
It
you tried
changes
silencing all reels?
Can you do that?
Yes. Click on
What?
it right now on any reel. You can like silence all. It's a suggested post, right? If you go onto your Instagram, anything that's a suggested post, I assume you don't follow Fuckable Lizard. Like,
Yeah, it was a lilf.
if you click in the corner and then you can say silence all
Oh my
or
God.
hide all suggested posts for 30 days, and it's the
Ooh.
best.
I am going to, I don't know how I'll get off, but I want to do that.
In a week, Allison
what?
will be going like, I don't know how to get rid of it because secretly enjoy
She wants it.
Well, you did
I
just
swear
say,
to
I
God.
don't know how I'll get off.
I said that as a joke.
Okay.
Okay, look. I'm telling you, I was strangely titillated by that one. Look, when I come in the house, Daniel, I'm showing that one in specifically to you to ask. I said, look, this one's a lizard to everyone. So I think you guys saw it through lizard eyes. I swear, if you didn't know it was a lizard, it is very confusing about what it is.
There's a
I
thumb
think.
rubbing it.
I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck
It
is
has
this?
scales.
And why? I think it's being purposefully titillating. Listen, everyone, have you ever been affected by that mid-afternoon slump but don't want to grab another coffee? Feels brand new Focus Melts are unlike anything you may already be using to focus. Focus Melts are a fast-acting, long-lasting, and caffeine-free tablet to help you say goodbye to procrastination and reclaim your day. Their fast-acting tablets dissolve in moments, leaving you with improved focus in minutes. Plus, they taste great and can help reduce cravings for snacks. Whenever you need a boost of focus, instead of going for that second or third coffee, pop one tablet. I'm on my fourth coffee today. Focus Melts are, I should have had a Focus Melt. Focus Melts are powered by tetracitrine, a naturally occurring compound that gives you laser focus. The laser focus you expect from caffeine and other stimulants, but without the crash. Feels has already helped more than 100,000 people take back control and feel better through their premium wellness products, real human support, and their membership program with free delivery straight to your home. It's time to say no to sluggish days and restless nights with Feels Focus Melts. Become a member today and save 50% off your first order of Focus Melts and get free shipping by going to feels.com/Allison and use code Allison at checkout. As a member, you'll save money on every order, and you can easily pause, swap, or cancel at any time. That's Feels, FEALS.com/Allison, and use Allison to become a member today. Say goodbye to procrastination, reclaim your day, and start feeling better with Feels. I also want to say, if you have a pet, they're part of your family. Fuzzy knows there's nothing that compares to coming home to a wiggle butt or waking up to soft purrs, and that we want to keep our pets healthy and make them as happy as they make us. Look, I love Fuzzy. I wish this had been around years ago because we had some situation. So Fuzzy is a telehealth service for pet parents that offers 24/7 access to personalized pet care from veterinary professionals. We had some sort of emergency situations with our pets where we freaked out and we either like drove them, in the middle of the night to the vet, or we got on the phone and called the pet poison line, and all of it was like very stressful, very expensive. If Fuzzy had been around at the time, I would have used it immediately. From everyday questions to middle of the night emergencies, Fuzzy has the answers pet parents need. Through live chat and virtual vet consultations available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Fuzzy can answer your pet questions, big and small, urgent and everyday. Fuzzy can also recommend the exact right products for your pet, all of which are handpicked by their established team of veterinary professionals and available at discounts exclusive to Fuzzy members. From getting your pet's diet just right to meeting their middle of the night needs to finally figuring out what makes their breath smell that way, nothing is too big or small for a quick Fuzzy call. Right now, Fuzzy is offering our listeners a free 7-day trial membership. Go to YourFuzzy, that's YOURFUZZY.com/Allison today to sign up. That's a free 7-day trial and access to exclusive member discounts on pet meds, supplements, food, and more at YourFuzzy.com/Allison. Again, YourFuzzy.com/Allison for your free trial of Fuzzy with access to 24/7 personalized pet care and vet recommended products. Okay. I love it. I say, let's say hello and welcome to my new patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
All right, listen, I'm going to come clean with something. I did something I hadn't done prior, which is there is a podcast called BF Fancast, which is like an after show, or it's a show dedicated to this show. And it is hosted by some, they call themselves Allison people, and they are like the nicest, most dedicated listeners of this show. Dave, you met some of them because they came to Podfest. And
they came to the Junk Show once too.
Yeah. They're awesome. They like any sort of live appearance they come to. They're super interactive. They're great. We were at Tam O'Shanter recently. We ran into some of the, like, I always like, I know many of them by name. Like they're the nicest. They're the best. I had mistakenly assumed that this show was going to be exclusively positive. And I listened to a couple episodes. And first of all, I have to say, they do such a good job. It reminds me of, what is the show that is about the Stern show? Is it just the Stern after show? It might just the wrap up. I don't know what it is. It sort of reminds me of that. Like, they do such a good job. And they do a really good job of like, okay, so we're going to talk about, the show that was on this date featuring this person, and the show that was on and like they listen and they talk, but they do not hold back from letting from airing their real opinions about various things that happen on the show, as well they should. That was silly of me to think that they would only have positive things to say, but one of the things they said, which is a really good note, was this thing I do where I'll say like, okay, I'm going to say hello and welcome. And I want to thank the new patrons. And then I'm like, oh, I've run out of time. I'll do the rest next week. If my thing is that I'm going to give a shout out to new patrons, I should not find myself in a position where I run out of time. It's totally fair. Good note. So I am going to come 100% totally clean and just admit what's really happening. I do not actually run out of time. What it is some weeks there's a slew of new patrons, and some weeks there's like 2 or 3 new patrons. So on a given week where I'm like, holy shit, there's like 20 or 30 new patrons, I will think to myself, I'm going to ration it. I'll do, so I'll like write down a big chunk so that then I know.
So
what?
shady. You're so shady, honey.
I don't think that's shady. I think that's smart.
I think
that's
I like
that.
it.
I think that's smart.
Yeah,
I think that's smart.
I also don't remember you doing this more than once ever. Was this like a big thing while I was gone or something? Because I seriously you did it like a week or 2 ago, and that's it. Is all I can think of.
Tony doesn't listen to the show.
Tony doesn't care for the show.
No.
I think I've done it a handful of times.
All right.
A small handful, like an iguana-sized clawful. I haven't done it that many times, but I think I had done it on maybe
On that
enough
episode.
for them to, on whatever episode that they had listened to. Yeah. So I'm just coming clean that it's not really a time thing. It's more of me being insecure and going, I know that I have a lot. So to avoid myself, the embarrassment of being like, I'd like to say hello to the new patrons. Hello, one person. Hello, two person. Okay. I just go, oh, I know I've got a bunch. So I'm just going to make sure that I have a bunch of names for next week too. And it's just really me rationing. But there's no need for me to say we ran out of time. I can just keep that to myself. So is everyone happy now? I hope so. Okay. I'd like to say hello and welcome to the new patron.
Honey, I can't believe that you let them know that you listened to the show.
Why?
Because I feel like
I think they would be happy to know.
Well, okay, but for me, I don't listen because I don't want them to ever feel like they can't talk shit about me without hurting my feelings. Like, to me, it's like they have a safe space to say whatever they want, and they don't have to worry about, me listening and going like, oh man, they don't, whatever. Like, so now they know you might listen, and they might be like, oh shit, we can't be too critical of Allison because she might be listening. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know what you're saying, but they're all really sweet they're all nice and respectful, and they're all like actually quite polished,
I know,
good
but they don't have to be.
podcasters. So I think they've been doing it. They've been doing it for a while now. I think they're aware that I could listen at any time. I think they'll handle it. They're grown-ups. They can handle it. They can do it. Well, we'll see. We'll monitor the fallout. Anyway.
I'd love for them to weigh in on that whole shuffling thing that happened.
Yeah.
Just take a side, pick sides because this is the end. Pick a side. I know they're going to pick you, but they should, I don't understand it.
That's the thing, Wendy. Going into this whole thing, I would have been like, yeah, of course they're going to pick me. But now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, they might pick me. I don't know what that'll mean.
Can you give them a guarantee that if they go to a Great North forum, they go, hey, I'm here. I came with you, packed your bag. I packed mine too. I'm here. Will you like it, or at least show that you go? Allison goes into their space and listens to what they do. Will you at least like the comment or respond even to say, welcome aboard, friend? You made a good choice.
If they go into I don't know what a Great North Forum is. I'm sorry.
We got to find it. I'm sure there's probably a podcast dedicated to it.
There's a Reddit. I don't think we have a podcast. We have a Reddit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think people on Reddit know that the creators of shows do check the Reddit, do look at Reddit.
Does it help you though to look at it? Because that's like my thing with listening and thinking like, oh, I probably shouldn't listen too much, is like, it is a weird thing to listen to people. Like, obviously, like, I'm very close to myself. I am myself, one could argue. So I love that people are discussing my show as a show, but I am so close to it that it's also, I can't be that objective about it always. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how is it for you watching people discuss Great North?
I think I found some criticisms helpful. Others are like so breathtakingly mean. You're just like, okay, well, that person just likes to be mean. And also they just don't like it. So there's not, I think the helpful things are someone who likes it, but has like one thing about it, they say like, oh, this kind of bothers me. And maybe if you hear that from 3 or 4 people who like it, but that one thing bothers them, then you sort of go like, oh, then that makes sense. I have seen some comments that I think are good and helpful in that, and then, then there's nice comments, and those are always like, oh, good. It's like somebody out there enjoyed this. I made something that made somebody happy for a minute. But yeah, it's hard when you're like a new show too, because it's just like, it's not like, you're going to hear some bad stuff, and it's kind of like, it's tough to hear sometimes, but it's not the end of the world.
Do networks
Yeah.
do focus groups, or is it all just based on stuff like that?
They do. Animation doesn't usually get focus grouped. One time my sister and I made a live action pilot and we went to the focus group and it was so bad that it was hilarious. The pilot did not go. The woman who was sent to monitor the focus group seemed to be deriving almost like a sexual pleasure from how bad it was going. I sat behind her and watched as she typed on her laptop. She was like, the Molyneux pilot is not well received. People
Oh my
say this,
God.
and the look on her face was like intensely, like she was enjoying it. Like it was a treat for her for it to be this bad. And like it was like she was eating the insults and like, then like, I don't know. It was very strange. But like literally one man said, they said like, was there any way they could improve it? He's like, I mean, I think, the only way to improve it is like if they didn't write it or make it and they just never did it in the first place. And it
Oh my
was,
God.
the comments were so over the top and it was so roundly despised that it was funny. Like we already knew it wasn't going to go. So them focus grouping it felt sort of like, guys, we already know this isn't going. But I will say the only part where it's sort of like a little bit bought back in the end was the pilot they were so high on that they had like given themselves a round of applause for making it or whatever. Also, then they put it on the air and it died within the year. So it's like the TV business is so crazy and strange that you can't take anything too like that experience. I truly did. Like I feel like it didn't like hurt me because it was like, oh no, we kind of knew it wasn't good. It wasn't gonna go. It wasn't terrible or anything. It just wasn't gonna make it that year. And so watching the focus group of something we already knew they weren't gonna pick up be sort of disliked so strongly by this focus group was like, okay. I mean, it just sort of was like, all right. I mean, we knew that already. I'm not sure why we did this, but that's cool, but like it was definitely a weird experience. The weirdest part was watching the person who was ostensibly like was from the company that did decide to make it and how excited she was. Like, and I do mean like I felt she was sexually excited by how badly it was going. It was bizarre. I was like, this feels like this is the show. Like, this lady, and why is she so sexually excited to see something be torn down? It was a very strange experience.
She must love Twitter.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe she loves Twitter.
I wonder if she loves lizards.
Probably. Maybe
They're
that's her
hot.
in that video.
Maybe she is that lizard. Okay. I would like to say hello and welcome to Shelley Murock. I know her in real life. Hello, Shelley. Julie Ziegler, Jackie McCabe, Denise Sarro, Julia Henning. She signed up for an annual subscription. She knows what's up. Stacy Myers. All these people know what's up. Amy Morby, Marianne Malkeen, Debbie Cummings, Wendy Curtis. She increased her subscription and converted to annual. She's at the texting level now. Lindsay Piers, Marie Latham, and Peggy Whitledge. Hello, welcome everyone. Reminder, if you are at the texting level, a bunch of posts should now be unlocked to you and you should see that phone number. If you're not seeing it, contact me. You can direct message me you can like message me on Patreon or there's many ways to contact me, and I can get you that phone number, but you should be able to see it on Patreon. All right, let's see. I think we should do a segment that I've recently brought back. It is called Topic Sombrero. Now, the story of this segment is many years ago, I used to have people send in topics that they wanted us to discuss, and I would pull them out of a sombrero. When it first started, I would pull them out of a double boiler, and then I started pulling them out of a sombrero, and then I stopped doing the segment entirely. However, recently I found the topics. So these are vintage topics sent in years ago, which for me is part of the fun, and we have a song.
It's the Topic Sombrero. We asked for topics and you sent them in. It's the Topic Sombrero. Now pick a topic and let's begin. It's the Topic Sombrero.
Okay, guys, once again, these topics were sent in when I was still at the warehouse in Burbank. I've put them in a cosmetics case. These could be terrible. I don't know. We need fresh topics. Please send in your topics. ARIYNBFshow@gmail.com. Maybe I could collect them on Patreon too. But ARIYNBFshow@gmail.com. Put Topic Sombrero in the subject line. Okay. All right. Now, if we were in person, which we were all up for in person except you, Dave.
I've gotten COVID. Everyone else here has been impacted by it.
Yes,
Wait,
you're missing
then
out.
you have COVID or you didn't get COVID?
No, we have not. It has not infiltrated our house. So and we're traveling soon. That was the main reason. Sorry.
That's
okay.
sense.
I would
haven't
make-
had
I
it
would-
either, just to brag. I have not also.
Look at us doing it.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to read one, and if it appeals to anyone, then we're going to do it. And if not, I'm going to keep pulling them. Douchebags and how not to be one. Should I keep going? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
How to pee on women in the shower.
What?
I'm telling you,
Don't.
these are old.
Unless there's consent, then
Yeah.
yes, go ahead. If that's
You don't
true,
know
go
how to
ahead,
do
but
that?
if you don't know how,
Yeah.
you
Like,
maybe
pretty
don't also know how
straightforward.
to pee in the toilet, I guess.
Yeah.
What's being asked here, really, when you're saying how?
Are you trying to sneak it? Because I'd say, consent is key.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's hey, want to take a shower together, and then you have that experience, and then decide to introduce an unprompted secret peeing on them. I mean, what's going on?
Hell no. Wendy, are we just
Yeah.
rubbing it in by talking about showering?
I would honestly love to have someone pee on me just because separate from the shower. Because I think that doesn't count. I think that's one way I could be watered.
Yeah.
So gross. For
Is
my last show, this was pretty. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got to say that.
Is ignorance bliss? I mean, I think probably everyone who's a thinking person at one point has thought to themselves, if I were dumber, would I be happier? Right? That's a thought that I've certainly had.
Yeah.
I think we say the word wrong. I think we think that being ignorant and I didn't know that is what's really happening. I think ignorance, we choose to ignore things, which everyone does. If we knew the level of trafficking, genital mutilation, abject poverty, people taking apart electronics and filthy, disgusting water around, it would be too much. So we choose to sort of ignore delving into that. So we're ignorant is the word if I could put on my glasses here, I choose, but we all do. We all do that to keep ourselves happy. And then I don't know that we get to choose the bliss point we get to.
Wait, did you say taking apart electronics in dirty water?
Yeah, they have piles of electronic trash.
Oh, I didn't.
People just
I am ignorant of that.
I think there's just so much stuff like that when you crack that open and dive into it, oh my God, this world, this planet, this species,
yeah,
too much.
Well, gosh, on that happy note,
I didn't understand. I'm very dumb, so I don't know.
I don't buy that for 1 minute. Although I feel like I have become. I mean, Daniel recently said to me, he said, "Are you secretly dumb?" And I said, "I don't think it's a secret. It's just use it or lose it, and I'm losing it. My brain faculties."
You guys both have such amazing vocabularies. It's intimidating, and it's anyone that has a great vocabulary can objectively not be dumb because you have all the words to avoid sounding dumb.
That's
I
what
was
thought,
just
too.
doing a bit, but now that we're debating it, I'm worried.
I don't like when people are like, "Oh, I'm
It
dumb."
was a bit, and then everyone's like, "No, you're great." So
Well, that's how dumb I am.
Now I'll give up officially.
That's how dumb I am. I didn't know it was a bit. I learned a new word today on Twitter, which is not a sentence you hear often. Nugatory. Did you know that word, Wendy?
Mm-mm. Tell me all about it.
Is that property
Nugatory.
that Ted Nugent owns?
Yes. Nugatory. It means negligible or worthless. And it was regarding the fact that Harry Styles is being called the king of pop by Rolling Stone, but Michael Jackson has trademarked that. So Twitter was all angry about like, how can Rolling Stone call Harry Styles the king of pop and they were saying that like, someone was saying that it makes the title nugatory. And I was like, is that a word? And then I looked it up and lo and behold, it is.
But is the king of pop like a title that you get to retain after you pass away? I mean, normally when a king dies, there's a new king.
I don't know. I didn't look into the succession of that title. Anyway, this has been delightful. If you like what you're hearing, please make sure you're subscribed. Leave us. Oh, we didn't do iTunes comment of the week. We'll do that next week. Leave us a nice review. 5 stars is our favorite number on Apple Podcasts, please, or wherever you're listening. Listen to my other podcasts, Upworthy Weekly and Childish. And follow me on social media at Allison Rosen on Twitter and Instagram. And I already mentioned Patreon. Wendy, where might we find you?
I'm just at Wendy Molyneux on Twitter. You can watch The Great North. We return September 25th for the premiere, same night that Bob's Burgers, the other show I work on, also premieres. You can stream the Bob's Burgers movie on Hulu and HBO Max right now. And what else? Oh, on Instagram, I'm The Great North Wendy.
Yay.
Follow me there. Okay. Oh, and David and I have a podcast, but he can tell you all about that because I'm done talking.
Dave, what about you?
Yes, we talk about how dumb Wendy is. These are those tapes.
The Dumbcast.
The Dumbcast, using words and attempting to use words.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. People think it's a fake show. It's real. And I have a podcast called Space Cave. And then these sketches I've been writing will come out at some point in a show called Intercepts. All that can be found at davidhuntsberger.com, as well as stand-up albums and a couple visual things I've made over the years as well.
Awesome. Daniel?
You can follow me at Twitter and Instagram, Daniel Quantz. That's it.
And Tony?
Twitter and Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
And Bizarre Albums every Tuesday, which is my podcast. And in September, the beginning half of September, I'll be back out with Motion City Soundtrack, much to Allison's delight. Only like 10 shows in the Midwest and East Coast. Come on out and see us. That's it.
Your arm's going to explode.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Thank you guys so much. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen Show?